Hey there! Welcome to the CBT Nuggets Micro Nugget entitled Mastering Your iDevice, Customizing the Home Screen. My name is Tim Warner. Alrighty then, I'm going to teach you how easy it is to rearrange the icons on your iPhone home screen pages. Now understand that the procedure I'm about to show you works exactly the same regardless of whether you have an iPhone, an iPod Touch, or any iPad. It's the same deal. Now the first thing I want to draw your attention to is the bottom. You notice here we have a little magnifying glass and then we have little dots, one of which is highlighted. The magnifying glass is the search tool, and if you swipe to the left, that's the very first page. I would encourage you, if you don't use this tool, get in the habit. You can type someone's name and look up someone from your contacts list. You can search for email, web shortcuts, of course, any apps that are on your system. It makes very short work of that. You'll notice that if I swipe to the right, I can scroll through all of the pages on my iPhone that currently have apps. You'll notice here that on my last page I have only 3 apps. The iPhone or your iPad or your iPod Touch, I'll just use iDevice, how's that? Your iDevice will automatically shrink or expand the number of home screen pages you have on your system depending upon what's going on. So if I, for instance, were to bring my SunTrust app to a new page, you notice that I just simply dragged it over and we spawned, should I say, a new page. It looks like it's empty here. To get rid of that, I can just bring SunTrust back to a currently populated page, press the home button, and you'll notice that the number of pages is dynamically updated at bottom. Now there's 2 things I forgot to mention. The hardware home button is what you use to get to your home screen, of course, right? So if you've started an application and you're in an app and you want to go back home, you just come down to your home button and give that a press and you're back to your home screen. To move app icons around, either within a page or between page, you have to go into the app edit mode. And the way you do that is you tap and hold. You don't just tap because that will open the application. Tap and hold for about 2 seconds until the apps all turn into this jiggly mode. Any apps that you've installed from the App Store, you can remove from your iPhone or iDevice by tapping again. So for instance, to get rid of my AT&T, I'll tap the X. It asks us to confirm that choice, and I'll confirm it and it goes away. Now, of course, I can always re-download, and if I purchased an app, I'm not going to have to pay for it again. But it's a nice way to clean up your home pages, your home screens, if there are extra apps that you know you're not going to use anymore. Now, any apps that don't have an X are system apps. These come on your iDevice, and you actually can't delete those without jailbreaking. Now, to move an icon around, once it's in jiggly mode, tap and hold, and then you can just rearrange the icon by dragging it around. Now, be careful not to drop your icon onto another icon or you'll get this show up, and this can confuse people. They're not sure what that means. I'll discuss that in just a minute. That's a folder. You can also drag off the page, and after just a little pause, you might need to try it again. Just push to the border and hold, and you'll be able to move from page to page as you see here. That's how you can rearrange icons onto different pages. Again, tap and hold, drag to either the left or right boundary of a page, and then find out where you want the icon to go on that page, let go, and then the final thing to do is to hit your home button to come out of the jiggle or edit mode. Now, another thing I want to show you are those folders. You can have up to 11 pages on your iDevice, and that is a lot of pages for sure, but some folks are so app happy, even with 11 pages, it might get kind of crowded. So we have the ability to pack more than one icon into a folder on your system, and that can not only save you some space, but it can serve as an easier way to find your apps. For instance, what if I wanted to put all my e-readers and book study applications all together so I can get to them more conveniently? The way you do that is pick out any app that you want to add, tap and hold until we go in jiggle mode, and then drag the icon on top of a related icon and let go. That will create a folder. And you notice here we can change the name. The iDevice will give you some generic name to start with, and it, in most cases, is kind of related to the apps that you're dragging. For instance, I have eNotes and Kindle, so iOS 6 is taking a guess that this folder has to do with education. Tap the X and call it whatever you want it. I'll call it reading, and then tap Done, hit Home Screen, and then tap anywhere on the home page to come out completely. So now we have a folder, and we can add additional icons to that folder however and whenever we want to by, again, tapping and holding, dragging into the new folder, and letting go. Press Home, and you're in business. To access the folder, you just simply tap it once, it drops it down and exposes any apps inside there. You can pack, I'm not even sure there's a limit to the number of apps that you can pack into a folder. It used to be you could have a maximum of, I believe, 9. But some of my folders have, well over a dozen apps in them. And to start any of these apps is just as easy as tapping them from the folder like you would expect, right? Now let me hit the Home button to come back after I dismiss this push notification alert, and then again tap anywhere on the home screen to close the folder. So folders are awfully convenient because we can take a whole bunch of apps at once and move them to another page. That's actually a cool reason for using folders. If you have a bunch of apps that you want to shuttle to a different page, instead of dragging and dropping them individually, you can put them in a folder temporarily, drag the folder to the new page, and then move the folder as a whole. To take an app out of a folder, you tap and hold the folder. That puts everything in jiggle mode. Tap the folder again to go inside it, and then you can simply tap and hold to pull an icon out of a folder and have it land on a designated page. Tap the home screen again, and you're good. Well, there you have it, friends. It's really as simple as that. I know that this is a subject that can confuse the heck out of those who are new to iDevices. But once you learn how it works and how easy it is to move apps around on a single page, move them around multiple pages, delete them that you don't need, and then, of course, organize into folders, life with your iDevice becomes that much more enjoyable. With that, I hope that this has been informative for you, and I'd like to thank you for viewing.